Welcome. Today, we journey into North Korea, one of the world's most secretive societies. What is daily life like for the millions who live behind its closed borders? We'll pull back the curtain, not to judge, but to observe the rhythms, realities, and rules that shape this unique nation. Let's step across the threshold and glimpse the daily life of North Korea. Our exploration begins now. In North Korea, the day begins not with the gentle rise of the sun, but with the unmistakable sound of public loudspeakers crackling to life. A melodic tune, often patriotic, signals the start of a meticulously structured day, echoing through every street and alley. Citizens gather for group exercises or meetings, reinforcing unity, discipline, and a shared sense of purpose. Work schedules are rigid and precise. Everyone has a defined role within the state's grand plan, leaving little room for deviation. Predictability and discipline are the norm. Life is orchestrated, not improvised, and every movement is part of a larger choreography. Evenings bring mandatory study sessions or neighborhood meetings, where ideology is discussed and community bonds are reinforced. The Inman or neighborhood units monitor participation, track attendance, and ensure cohesion among residents. Solitude is rare. Life is lived in public, always among peers, neighbors, and under the ever-watchful eyes of the community. Community is survival, and the collective always outweighs the individual. Cooperation is not just encouraged, but expected. Weekly routines include political rallies, where loyalty to the state is reaffirmed, and public works, seen as patriotic duties that bind citizens together in common cause. Shared efforts forge national identity and a collective spirit, strengthening the sense of belonging. Government announcements and mandatory gatherings set the tempo of life, dictating the pace and priorities of each day. The state choreographs every step, and citizens move in unison, their actions synchronized like a well-rehearsed performance. This is the unyielding routine that underpins all of life here, a cycle that repeats day after day. The rhythm is constant, the structure absolute, leaving little space for spontaneity or personal expression. Individuality is subsumed by the needs of the group, and conformity is both a survival strategy and a social expectation. The day ends as it began, with the state's voice echoing through the streets, a reminder of ever-present authority. In North Korea, life is a carefully synchronized dance. The music never stops, and the rhythm of the state continues, unbroken. The internet, as most of the world knows it, simply does not exist here. In North Korea, the idea of a free and open web is a distant dream, replaced by something far more controlled and limited. Instead, North Koreans access a closed intranet called Kwangmyong, meaning bright star. This network is entirely separate from the global internet, designed to keep citizens informed, but only with what the state allows. Only select institutions and individuals are granted access, and always under strict supervision and with explicit permission. Every session is watched, every action noted. The content is carefully curated and state-approved. News, scientific papers, and ideology courses dominate the screens. There is no room for dissenting voices or alternative viewpoints. For most citizens, the global internet is a myth. Google, YouTube, and social media are not just blocked. They are entirely unknown concepts, never experienced firsthand. A privileged few, high-ranking officials, trusted academics, may access a filtered, heavily monitored slice of the real internet. But even this is a shadow of what the rest of the world enjoys. Every click is tracked. Privacy is non-existent. Surveillance is constant, and the fear of being watched shapes every online interaction. Personal computers are rare and must be registered with authorities. Smartphones are limited to state-approved apps and can't connect to Wi-Fi or foreign networks. These devices are not gateways to the world, but tools of control, designed to monitor and restrict rather than empower. The digital wall shapes perception. Outside events are filtered, foreign cultures distorted, and the narrative is always in the state's favor. Yet, a black market for foreign media exists, operating in the shadows and fueled by curiosity and hope. Smuggled USB drives loaded with South Korean dramas or Western films circulate secretly, offering forbidden glimpses of another world, but always at great personal risk. These rare glimpses of the outside world are treasured but dangerous. Discovery can mean harsh punishment, or worse. The state fights back with frequent inspections, raids, and severe penalties for anyone caught with contraband media. For most, Kwangmyong is their only digital reality, a safe, predictable universe where the unknown is kept at bay. The digital divide is absolute, separating North Korea from the rest of the connected world in every possible way. The state's narrative is the only one most will ever know, repeated in classrooms, on screens, and in every corner of daily life. Curiosity persists, and questions linger, but the walls, both digital and physical, remain high and unyielding. In North Korea, the web is not a window to the world, but a mirror reflecting only what the state wants seen. And that reflection is tightly, relentlessly controlled, ensuring the walled garden remains intact. In North Korea, all media speaks with a single, unwavering voice, the voice of the state, echoing from every screen and speaker. News, entertainment, and even children's cartoons are carefully crafted tools of propaganda designed to shape minds from a young age. The Korean Central News Agency delivers the government's message, often through dramatic, impassioned broadcasts that leave no room for doubt or dissent. Newspapers like Rodong Sinmun focus almost exclusively on the leader's activities and the state's proclaimed achievements, rarely mentioning the outside world. Information is not simply reported, but meticulously curated to inspire unwavering loyalty and deep patriotism among the people. Films and music are produced to glorify the revolution, the Kim family, and the ideals of the regime, filling every cultural space. Art serves the state, not the artist, with creativity channeled into reinforcing official ideology. The outside world is depicted as hostile and corrupt, reinforcing a constant us versus them mentality in every lesson and broadcast. Alternative viewpoints are absent, open debate is impossible, and questions are rarely, if ever, tolerated. History is rewritten and retold to fit the official narrative, erasing inconvenient truths and glorifying the regime's past. The same messages echo daily from loudspeakers and newspapers, shaping a collective memory that leaves little room for doubt. For most citizens, this is the only truth they know, repeated until it becomes reality. The media is not just information, it is the very air they breathe, present in every moment of daily life. In North Korea, the story never changes, and the voice of the nation remains constant, unwavering, and absolute. In North Korea, movement is a privilege, not a right. Travel between regions requires permits and official approval. Checkpoints and inspections are routine. Unauthorized movement is harshly punished. Most citizens live their entire lives in the same area, rarely seeing other parts of their own country. International travel is reserved for a select few: diplomats, athletes, and laborers, always under supervision. The world beyond is an abstraction, known only through state media. Attempts to escape are met with severe consequences, yet some risk everything for freedom. For most, life is stationary. Generations remain rooted in one place. This immobility reinforces a narrow worldview and strengthens state control. When people cannot move, neither can ideas. The nation remains in place, its people fixed, its perspective contained. The borders are not just physical, they are mental. In North Korea, home is both sanctuary and cage. North Korean society is shaped by Songbun, a hidden caste system. Songbun classifies citizens by family background and perceived loyalty. The core class enjoys privilege and power. The wavering class lives with limited opportunity. The hostile class faces poverty, hard labor, and constant surveillance. Songbun determines education, jobs, marriage, and even food rations. It is a secret file, but its effects are felt daily. Marrying into a lower class can damage a family's future. advancement depends on loyalty and background, not merit. The system encourages conformity and reporting on neighbors. Even as the government claims to downplay Songbun, its legacy endures. Family history shapes destiny. The invisible caste defines life from birth to death. In North Korea, who you are is decided before you can choose. Beyond laws, North Koreans navigate a web of unspoken rules. Criticizing the Kim family or government is the gravest taboo. Portraits of leaders must be displayed and treated with reverence. Disrespecting their image is a punishable offense. Accessing foreign media or untuned radios is illegal and dangerous. Religious practice is suppressed. Loyalty to the leader is absolute. Dress and appearance are regulated. Western styles and dyed hair are forbidden. Private enterprise is tolerated only within strict limits. Success can attract suspicion. Individualism is discouraged. Conformity is safety. Standing out invites scrutiny and risk. The ideal citizen blends in, thinks collectively, and follows the unwritten code. To be different is to be vulnerable. In North Korea, survival means knowing what not to say, do, or even think. Despite restrictions, North Koreans find moments of joy. Family and close community offer sanctuary from the outside world. Shared meals and private gatherings are cherished. Music and dance enliven public holidays and festivals. Children play traditional games and skate on frozen rivers. Universal scenes of childhood. Nature provides solace. Picnics and hikes are beloved escapes. Small acts, gardening, cooking, sharing food, bring pride and happiness. These moments are precious in a controlled world. Joy is found in connection, tradition, and simple pleasures. Even under watchful eyes, the human spirit endures. Happiness is not absent, just hidden in quiet corners. Life finds a way, even here. In North Korea, joy is a quiet act of resilience. Our glimpse into North Korea ends here. We've seen a society shaped by control, tradition, and resilience. Understanding comes from observing without judgment. Every culture adds a thread to humanity's tapestry. Until our next journey, travel with curiosity and an open mind.